Hi, my name is Jill Livingston, and welcome to my backyard. I am the owner and founder of the Green Fuse. We are a landscape design, build, and garden maintenance company in Denver, Colorado. I decided to get with the 21st century and start doing something a little different. So, welcome to my first vlog. I'm going to be introducing one of my favorite shrubs that I love to design with, and I have here in my own backyard. This is a Sambucus nigra black lace. The common name is black lace elder. So, come with me and let's take a closer look. When a shrub makes my favorite list, um, it's usually because it actually has several different features or characteristics that make it more interesting than just one particular thing. Oftentimes, I'll have potential clients who are interested in having us do a design, and they might ask for a Japanese maple, especially if they're a transplant to Colorado. Japanese maples do not do well in our high plains, dry, arid climate. So oftentimes I will use a Sambucus nigra black lace as an awesome substitute. One of the things I love about this shrub, and it kind of reminds me of the Japanese maple, is it has this really beautiful maroon foliage. In the spring, the leaves emerge on this beautiful, black maroon color. And actually the newer foliage is actually a green, and you can see it starting to turn a dark maroon. So the more mature foliage is going to have the darker maroon black color. So then in the summer, you'll get these beautiful umbels, these flat flowers, umbel, almost kind of like an umbrella. These umbels of light pink, whitish color flowers. What I'm showing you here is after it's bloomed, and sorry we missed that, but it's a beautiful light pink whitish flower, and after it's done blooming, you'll see, if you look closer, these little itty bitty little berries are starting to form, and they're kind of like almost like a camouflage, like an iridescent camouflage color. And of course, if you're a bird lover like me, anything for the most part that has berries that are smaller in size are going to provide a food source for birds. Now, you take another look. So the typical growth habit of this shrub, if you just planted it and gave it, 10 feet, remember, it's going to grow 10 feet tall and 10 feet wide. If you just planted it, let it do its thing, it would be a large rounded shrub. I have kind of a typical Denver city lot size backyard. So what I've done here, instead of just letting this shrub grow all the way down into the down to the ground, I have decided that I would like it to look more like a Japanese maple, like a small miniature ornamental tree. And so what I have done is, over the years, as it matured from just a 5-gallon size, I would prune off the bottom branches and expose the actual woody trunks of the shrub. And you can see through these branches, my koi pond in the background kind of provides like a portal-like view to the water feature. Now, one thing I saw a few weeks ago when I was driving through a residential neighborhood is I saw someone that had planted a Sambucus nigra black lace on either side of their front walkway. This grows very, very quickly. in a few years or less, that they would not be able to walk down the walkway to get to their front door, unless, of course, they do a heavy shearing or pruning. And of course, if you have to do that, then you basically created a maintenance issue by planting something that is too large for that area. The other reason why I absolutely adore Sambucus is that it is very adaptable, meaning it will do great in full sun. In fact, it'll do best in full sun. And the more sun that it receives, the more spectacular fall color that you'll have. The other thing I wanted to mention is that it will also, when I said it's very adaptable, it won't just do well in full sun, but it can actually handle a fair amount of shade. It does require medium water, but I found that it can actually do well with lower amounts of water or less water. But if it's a really particularly hot day, the leaves might just kind of droop a little bit. But for the most part, it's super hardy and just has so many wonderful characteristics. I can't really stop talking about it. Thank you for joining me in my garden. And I hope you learned something new about one of my all-time favorite shrubs. And I look forward to you joining me in the garden in the future.